Let's go, let's cheer! EPL is finally here! Lights on, beat drop, सबका जोश non-stop. Gullies the stadium सब तैयार, kicks to jams we're raising the bar. खेल का जुनून, दोस्तों का प्यार. This is the moment, this is our volleyball. Jump, shout, दिलों का pride. We play together side by side. जीत की बात हो या हो हार, we bring the fire, हार बार बार. Energy high, सबके साथ. This is home, feel the pain. Esquire की शान, Esquire की जान, Esquire का जोश, Esquire प्रीमियर लीग, ये है Esquire का त्योहार. Let's go, let's cheer! EPL is finally here! Lights on, beat drop, सबका जोश non-stop. Gullies the stadium सब तैयार, kicks to jams we're raising the bar. खेल का जुनून, दोस्तों का प्यार. This is the moment, this is our volleyball. Jump, shout, दिलों का pride. We play together side by side. जीत की बात हो या हो हार, we bring the fire, हार बार बार. Energy high, सबके साथ. This is home, feel the pain. Esquire की शान, Esquire की जान, Esquire का जोश, Esquire प्रीमियर लीग, ये है Esquire का त्योहार. Let's go, let's cheer! EPL is finally here! Lights on, beat drop, सबका जोश non-stop. Gullies the stadium सब तैयार, kicks to jams we're raising the bar. खेल का जुनून, दोस्तों का प्यार. This is the moment, this is our volleyball. Jump, shout, दिलों का pride. We play together side by side. जीत की बात हो या हो हार, we bring the fire, हार बार बार. Energy high, सबके साथ. This is home, feel the pain. Esquire की शान, Esquire की जान, Esquire का जोश, Esquire प्रीमियर लीग, ये है Esquire का त्योहार. त्योहार। Let's go, let's cheer! EPL is finally here! Lights on, beat drop, सबका जश्न non-stop. Gullies and stadiums सब तैयार, kicks to champs we're raising the bar. खेल का जुनून, दोस्तों का प्यार, this is the moment, this is our volleyball. Jump, shout, दिलों का pride, we play together side by side. जीत की बात हो या हो हार, we bring the fire, har har har. Energy high, सबके साथ, this is home, feel the pain. Esquire की शान, Esquire की जान, Esquire का जोश, Esquire Premier League, ये है Esquire का त्योहार। Let's go, let's cheer! EPL is finally here! Lights on, beat drop, सबका जश्न non-stop. Gullies and stadiums सब तैयार, kicks to champs we're raising the bar. खेल का जुनून, दोस्तों का प्यार, this is the moment, this is our volleyball. Jump, shout, दिलों का pride, we play together side by side. जीत की बात हो या हो हार, we bring the fire, har har har. Energy high, सबके साथ, this is home, feel the pain. Esquire की शान, Esquire की जान, Esquire का जोश, Esquire Premier League, ये है Esquire का त्योहार। Let's go, let's cheer! EPL is finally here! Lights on, beat drop, सबका जश्न non-stop. Gullies and stadiums सब तैयार, kicks to champs we're raising the bar. खेल का जुनून, दोस्तों का प्यार, this is the moment, this is our volleyball. Jump, shout, दिलों का pride, we play together.
Bulls have entered. So challengers, strikers, warriors there. Where are the Panthers? Warriors, Panthers, the last one? Knights. Okay, Knights. So now see the challengers stay challengers, strikers stay strikers, Bulls. वो कौन है? Bulls के पीछे तेरे पीछे? नहीं, we have gladiators again? Not there at all. Who are those? Last is Knights and ahead. Then pull Panthers here, no? No, let it be. Let it be. It's okay. 1, 2, 3, and this is a sponsor table. Those are the warriors. Okay, I'll just go through. There's no one here. This is empty as well. Sure, sir. Hi, you have just put that. Okay. Now, just getting acquainted. Challengers, strikers, knights, bulls, panthers, and the warriors. Okay. Huh. Yes, I'm requesting all the members of the OC to please come behind the surprise stage on my right, to the extreme right. All the OC members, please. Guys, welcome aboard for the second session today of the Esquire, or Esquire as you pronounce it, Esquire Premier League Players Auction 6.0. And I am your auctioneer and anchor for today, Swapnil Jadhav. I welcome you in the second session where we'll be bidding for the players' women's category. Now, it's all good that we started with 85 numbers of players in the first edition. Now we have reached almost 500 with more than 300 families binding together across 6 categories of players: men, women, masters, kids, girls, kids 6 to 10, and kids 11 to 15. Across these years, many people have bestowed their blessing and have come together in this process along with the OC, who has been thriving hard enough. But for this year, we are very, very obliged to welcome Mrs. Nidhi Garodia as a title sponsor for EPL 6.0. Requesting Nidhi to please come on stage along with Karan Garodia and Mr. Varun. And Priyanka as well. And she's a last minute entry there on the table. She's come all right. And also, apart from the title sponsor, I have the co-sponsor for EPL 6.0. That is, here you can see the name, SGK Capital. And the person behind the SGK Capital firm is Mr. Akhil Agarwal, a man who may not always defend his wicket on cricket field, but in the stock market, he protects capital like a true champion. 3 years ago, post shifting from Jaipur to Mumbai to prove that trading is not gambling, of course. And today, his algorithms are hitting profits out of the park with rock-solid risk management. Let's give him a huge round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, our title sponsors, Mrs. Nidhi Garodia, and our co-sponsors, Mr. Agarwal. I request Nidhi to please felicitate Mr. Agarwal. Thank you. And now, I request both the sponsors to please come by my side so that we can play the videos. First of all, for our title sponsor, Mrs. Nidhi Agarwal.
I want each piece to be more than jewelry. It's wearable art that elevates your presence. Jewelry has been part of my world for as long as I can remember. At Sanskriti Jewels, we spent years building something lasting, learning the discipline behind fine jewelry and the value of doing things right. With a 20,000 square feet state-of-art manufacturing facility, at Sanskriti Jewels, we craft more than 10,000 jewelry pieces to life each year. But creativity was always my instinct. With a background in commercial arts, I was drawn to structure, balance, and form. To the idea that jewelry could carry thought, not just shine. I wanted to create something personal, something that spoke directly to the person who's wearing it. That moment became a shift, and that shift became Nidhi Garodia. Here, tradition meets an artistic point of view. Every piece is sculptural, precise, and made to last beyond seasons. Though the brand is young, the journey has already traveled far, across cities, across global platforms. with recognitions that affirms the belief behind the work. Our pieces feel complete the moment you wear them. It's thoughtful, enduring, personal, and this is Nidhi Karodia.
Of course, this is Nidhi Garodia. And my word, why do we need money? You go to Nidhi, she'll give you some exquisite pieces from her collection. She also has informed me that she has the rare stone that Superman does not like from planet Krypton. Now, but who will provide you with the extra money that you require to enjoy your leisure? This person here, he deals in stocks, and he'll keep your money safeguarded. And let's have a look how he does that. A video on, please.
This is SGK Capital, a trusted name in financial and investment advisory. An algorithmic trading firm driven by data and discipline. Building rule-based strategies for consistent performance. Founded by Akhil Agarwal. 3 years ago, a new journey began at Oberoi Esquire Society. Trust grew through everyday conversations. SGK Capital sponsored the EPL cricket event. Strong relationships followed. From 5 crore to 500 crore in scale.
Hi, I'm Ankur Agrawal. I've known Akhil for the last 3 years, both personally and professionally, and our work with him has always been good and satisfactory.
This is Rakesh Shah from Goregaon, Mumbai. I have been working with Akhil Agarwal from SGK Capital since last 2 years. What I like about the way that they work is their strong focus on risk management. Their algorithms are designed to work and perform in rising and falling markets with clear focus on risk management, and the risks are clearly defined. I wish Akhil and SGK Capital continued success and definitely recommend them to invest with them. Thank you.
Hello everyone, we've been associated with Akhil Agarwal and SGK Capital for more than 12 months now. One quality which has stood out really well is their risk management skills. Obviously in today's market the returns are important, but the management of risk and volatility is much more important. We wish Akhil Agarwal and SGK Capital best of luck.
Now expanding operations to Dubai.
Now, before we go ahead, Akhil has few tips or
No tips. So we don't do tips wala kaam. So guys, in cricket, hand-eye coordination is essential. But in markets, we don't trust our hands to trade in stock market. So first of all, thank you EPL, because 3 years back I shifted Mumbai, and this is that platform. So I had to start from somewhere in Mumbai. So I think this was that platform which helped me to showcase my work to few of the HNIs. And then when I came to Mumbai, I just started with my 5 crores of capital in stock markets. And today, with the trust and support of these investors, we have taken our AUM to 500 crores, where we are working, where we are managing funds for the top prop trading firms of India. So like KIFs, you all know, because many of the people from our society is in KIFs. So we are not working with KIFs, but we are working with other companies like KIFs. You name any big prop trading firm in India, we are associated with them directly or indirectly. So our work is very simple. In one line, what we do, everyone invests in stock market, mutual funds, stocks, golds, anything. हमारा काम है, आप एवरेज 15% रिटर्न्स बनाते हैं म्यूचुअल फंड से, हम आपके उसी पैसे के ऊपर साल का और 15 से 20% रिटर्न बनाने की कोशिश करते हैं, इररेस्पेक्टिव ऑफ मार्केट डायरेक्शन. तो अगर मैं लास्ट के 3 साल की बात करूं, अगर म्यूचुअल फंड्स ने एवरेज 15% रिटर्न दिया है, हमने आपके इन्वेस्टमेंट के उसी के ऊपर और 20% के आसपास रिटर्न बना के दिया है. सो दैट मीन्स टोटल आपका रिटर्न्स हो गया 15% इन्वेस्टमेंट से और 20% उसके ऊपर. सो दिस इज व्हाट वी डू. वी आर लुकिंग फॉर सम मोर पावरफुल सिनर्जीज थ्रू एस्क्वायर. थैंक यू सो मच.
यार वो मामले में तो फिर आपने स्पॉन्सरशिप बहुत कम दी हमको जितना आपने कमाया है मार्केट से।
यार वरुण भाई यार इधर 3 लाख दिया, 3 लाख आपने कहीं और भी तो खर्चा कराया ना मेरा।
Yes, amongst themselves, will not take it personally. Neither is Varun taking it. 3 लाख तक बात पहुंच गई मजाक मजाक में, right? And requesting now, चलिए, you can go in the center now, everyone. And now it's time to, yeah, please. It's Nidhi who's going to do the t-shirts and everything from forwards. Agarwal sir, I request you to please be seated. His title sponsors is Mrs. Nidhi, and you know where she's? There she's, Nidhi Garodia. Good calligraphy that she's selected. Time for now knowing the owners who are going to fight with their team members. Let's put our hands together, make some noise for Team Bulls, Mrs. Anjali Bisht. Now, which color is going to be the Bulls' color? It's going to be, oh no, it's going to be red. All right. Check. Okay. Now, to the team challengers, let's welcome Mrs. Manga Rao. What's your the pronunciation is different? Mujik. Bajao. Thank you. For the next team, it is Team Knights, Mrs. Shama Naik. Yes, of course, someone from the team has come up to accept the jersey. Thank you. From Team Panthers, let's welcome Mrs. Neepa Kalsekar. Thank you. And from Team Warriors, Mrs. Lalita Prajapati. Thank you. And from Team Strikers, let's welcome Mrs. Ankita Kedia and Mrs. Deepika Agarwal. I'm requesting everyone to please join for the group photograph. जिसके बाद आपको मैं एक बहुत ही अच्छा सरप्राइज देने वाला हूं. Be ready for that. Center. Check. Well, you want to see the excitement from them? Guys, realign, please, realign. We'll give for the video, please. One for the video. At a count of, ma'am. Okay, now, at a count of 1, 2, and 3, in that camera which takes the video. Okay? वो बंदा है जो सेंटर में खड़ा है, उसके पास वीडियो में आपको लेंस में देखना है. At my count of 1, 2, and 3, you go EPL 6.0 rocks. Okay? 1, 2, 3. एक मिनट. हाँ, आपका म्यूजिक लो कर दीजिए. इनको बोलना है तो ये बोलेंगे, क्योंकि हाँ वो स्त्री है, वो कुछ भी कर सकती है. ओके? 1, 2, and 3. Thank you. And one more activity that we need to do before we get into is calling Mr. Agarwal on stage. And we have to do one thing. We have to know what we are actually playing for. What is that we are going to get apart from the 250,000? That's the first prize, winning prize. And stunning necklaces to all. No. She's like, I'll kill you, Swapnil, after the event. Even before that, if I get time. Now, उस तरफ आपको देखना है. और 1, 2, 3 के काउंट पे आपको क्या कहना है? EPL 6.0. बस इतना ही कहना है. ज्यादा देंगे तो वो एक रॉक्स आया, एक नहीं आया, छोटा मोटा हो गया रॉक्स. ओके? 1, 2, and 3. एक मिनट सर, उधर देखना है ना. जोरदार तालियां हो जाए. This is this stunning silver that you are going to take along with the studded platinum on the outskirts to your place if you happen to win the title for 6.0. And who's there with the trophy? Just on the screen as we see the champion batter from the 1983 Indian cricket team, the winners of 1983 World Cup, Mr. Krishnamachari Srikanth. Thank you to all the owners, our title sponsors, our co-sponsors, the OC. Guys, before we start the auction, only a couple of things that are left. First is, of course, one member from the OC would come and address about the rules and the regulations. Apart from that, second thing is, guys, please settle down quickly, because now at the count of 3, 2, and 1, I'm going to give you a surprise. Okay, guys, are you ready for the surprise? Because people love surprises. And before we start the auction on a high, let's set the standards very, very up. 1, 2, and 3.
Let's go, let's cheer! EPL is finally here! Lights on, beat drop, सबका जश्न non-stop. गली से स्टेडियम सब तैयार, Bricks to gems for raising the bar. खेल का जुनून, दोस्तों का प्यार. This is the moment, this is our party ball. Jump, shout, दिलों का pride. We play together side by side. जीत की बात हो या हो हार, we bring the fire. हार बार बार, energy high सबके साथ. This is home, feel the pain. Esquire की शान, Esquire की जान, Esquire का जोश, Esquire Premier League, ये है Esquire का त्योहार.
Check. It's nice. The start was good and the end was better. And talking about the audio, guys, you have to give it up for the team who has set up, crafted, designed, and specially customized audio for EPL only. तो एक बार तालियों की बौछार तो होनी चाहिए उनके ऊपर यार. Guys, give it up for them. The OC has worked so hard, and now they have worked so hard on the rules and regulations as well, as Kushal would take you through them. Or anyone? आप आगे आगे तो मैं बोला आपको सब बायट होगा. Right, please. I'll give you the mic as well. One code list is there.
Hello.
Yeah, so the rules are pretty much the same as last year. I think the owners are the same as well. So, but any questions on or clarifications needed for the rules? And in RTM, you have 3 RTMs for this year. So, and it will be IPS style RTM. So let me explain how that works. So let's say Nikhil, Ankita. So just the IPL style RTM will be, so let's assume on a player, team Bulls and team Strikers are bidding on a player, okay? And the player belongs to team Strikers in an RTM format. So you bid, let's say, 100,000 and they choose the RTM option. You will have an option now, you were the last bid, so you will have an option to up your bid. So rather than 100,000, you want to go for to, let's say, every 10, 150,000, let's say. They have an RTM now at 150, not at 100. So if they want to exercise their RTM, it will be at 150. If they don't exercise their RTM, then you will get the player at 150. But their RTM will stay with them, and they have 3 RTMs like that. Okay?
And the jump can be in numericals higher than 10,000, 20,000, whatever numerical you want to go ahead. It won't follow the pattern of the auction. It's 10,000 or 25,000. No, it can happen. It can happen like, for example, they have bid 1 lakh, final bid, so they can go up to 2.5 also. Of course, not 255, 250, but 0 at the end.
So after 200, it's 25,000.
So you follow the slabs at the RTM also. You cannot be 240, you have to be 225, 250, 275. Don't do that, guys. Okay, shall we start now? All good to go? Just waiting for my table to be moved in the center so that I get an entire glimpse of the arena. Who's bidding, who's not.
Let's go, let's cheer! EPL is finally here! Lights on, beat drop, sabka josh, non-stop.
Just log in to the players.
So we have added 1 player at the last moment. It's because before the auction, so we had that liberty to add that player. So it's our sponsor Nidhi Garodia. So after seeing Masters auction, she chose to play. So now she is in the list. So you can bid for her. And she said, जो सबसे ज़्यादा bid करेगा उसको सबसे ज़्यादा discount मिलेगा.
One thing, the best thing about the auctions is there's no unsold players. Everyone gets to play. Now even Nidhi has entered. So 86 players, including Nidhi. Right? So in whoever team Nidhi goes, it's going to be a Nidhi also. Award it to them. Right now, let's start this with a lame joke of mine. Ganpati Bappa. Right, now the first player on board for the second session, the women's, in the EPL 0.6 auction amongst 6 teams is Shivangi Garod or Garod. 20,000 the base prize. Warriors maybe, yes. I'm just taking the names. Nobody has bid it now. Challengers and the Strikers and the Knights, right? The Panthers, the Warriors. Here are the Bulls. Anyone? Yes, the Panthers come with 20,000 the base prize. 20,000 the base prize is come from the Panthers. 20,000 from Panthers. Anyone interested in cross bidding with 10,000 maybe? 20,000? 20,001, 20,002, and 20,003. Shivangi will be a Panther this year. Sold. Next player on board is Preet Zucker. Preet Zucker. In Strikers, we have 20,000 Strikers. 20,000 from the Strikers and 30,000 come the Panthers. 30,000 from the Panthers, 40 from the Bulls, 50 from the Warriors, 60 from the Strikers here, 70 from the Panthers, 80 from the Warriors, 90 from the Bulls, 100 from the Panthers, 100,000 from the Panthers, 110 from the Warriors, 110, 120 from the Bulls, 130 from the Panthers, 130,000 from the Panthers, 130,000, 140 from the Knights, 150 from the, I lost you all. From the Challengers, 160 from the Strikers, 170 from the Panthers, 170 from the Panthers, 171, 170,002, and 180 from the Strikers again. Strikers, right? Challengers, 180 from the Challengers, 190 from the Panthers, 190 from the Panthers, 190 from the Panthers, 200 from the Knights, 200 now, 200,000 from the Knights, 200,000, 225 from the Panthers, 250 from the Challengers, 250 from the Challengers, 250,000 is the current bid with the Challengers, 250,000, 275 come the Knights, 275,000, 275,000 from the Knights, 275,000, 300 come the Challengers, 300,000 come the Challengers, 300,000, 300,000, 300,000, 325 come the Panthers, 325 come the Panthers, 325,000, 325,000, 350,000 come the Challengers, 350 come the Challengers, 350,000 with the Challengers, 350,000, 350,000, 2, and I'm selling it as I see no cross bid, 350,000, 3 to the Challengers, sold. Right, Warriors have a right to RTM. You have the right to raise the bid. Yes. Whether they want to match or no. Now, 350 is the current bid from the Challengers. They have raised their RTM. How much? 400,000. 400,000. Do you accept the offer? To match 400,000? 4 lakh ma joyous player? This is what they ask. 400,000? Yes, they have selected the player at 400,000, and the player now belongs to the Warriors. And the way the Challenger person looked at him, right, now back to sold to the Warriors at the RTM. 1 is used and 2 left with them. Am I correct, Usis? Right. Congratulations. Preet. Now, next is Jyoti Jain. Jyoti Jain is the base price of 20,000, awaiting a bidder to start the initiative. Yes, I have the Challengers with 20,000 base points. Jyoti Jain, 20,000 from the Challengers. 20,000. 30 from the Strikers. 30,000 from the Strikers. 30,000 from the Strikers. 30,000 for Jyoti Jain from the Strikers for the time being. 30,000, 1. 30,000, 2. And 40,000 from the Bulls. 50 from the Challengers. 50,000 from the Challengers. 50,000, 1. 50,000, 2. And 60 from the Strikers. 60,000 from the Strikers. 60,000 from the Strikers here. 60,000 from the Strikers. 1. 60,000, 2. And 60,000, 3. Selling it to these Strikers for 60,000, sold. Next is Preetu Gupta. Preetu Gupta, 20,000 base points. Preetu Gupta, 20,000. Anyone interested in initiating the bid? 20,000 base points. Yes, I have 20,000 from the Panthers, 30 from the Bulls, 40 from the Panthers again, 40,000 from the Panthers, 40,000 from the Panthers here, 40,000, 40,000, 1, 40,000, 2, and 50 from the Bulls, 60 from the Panthers, 60,000 from the Panthers, 60,000 from the Panthers, 60,000, 1, 70 from the Bulls, 80 from the Panthers. 80,000 from the Panthers. 80,000 from the Panthers, yeah. 90 from the Bulls. 90,000 from the Bulls. 90,000 one, 90,000 two, and 100,000 from the Panthers again. 100,000 from the Panthers. 100,000 one, 110 from the Bulls. 110,000 from the Bulls. 110,000 from the Bulls. One. 110,000 two, and 120,000 from the Panthers. 120,000 from the Panthers. 120, right? 120 from the Panthers. 120 from the Panthers. 120,000 one. 120,000 two, and expecting a bid, no, 120,000. I'm selling it to the Panthers. Sold. They want to RTM now. You want to exercise RTM, strikers? I'm asking Panthers, what is your bid? You've raised 120,000. $160,000. $160,000. I am giving it to the Panthers. Sold. So now, after deciding everything, if they're giving it to player, the discussion was, I am good with Maldives also. Andaman kaisa hai? Vaibhavi Wankhedkar. Vaibhavi Wankhedkar. Anyone interested in initiating the bid? Yes, the Bulls have initiated 20,000. Team Bulls with 20,000. I expect a cross bid. Yes, I have a cross bid from the challengers with 30,000. They come up. 30,000, 40,000 from the Bulls. 40,000 from the Bulls. 40,000. One. 40,000 to 50 from the Warriors. 60 from the Knights. 60,000 from the Knights. 70 Warriors. Yes, 70,000 from the Knights. From the Warriors is 80 from the Bulls. 80. 1 lakh from the Bulls. 100,000 from the Bulls. 100,000 from the Bulls. 100,000 is the current bid with the Bulls. 100,000. 110 from the strikers. 110 from the strikers. 110,000. 120 from the challengers. 130 from the Bulls. 130 from the Bulls here. 130. 130 from the Bulls. 140 from the strikers. 140 from the strikers. 150 from the Panthers. 150 from the Panthers. 150,000. 160 from the strikers. 160,000 from the strikers. 160,000. 170,000 from the challengers. 170,000 from the challengers. 180,000 from the strikers. 180,000 from the strikers. 180,000 one. 180,000 two, and 180,000 three. Sold to the strikers. Sir, and और sold के बीच के break में मत आना. Like, who is selected the RTM? Audience? Shankar bhai? No. Shruti Kandikonda. Oh, 200,000 from the strikers. 225. Okay. 500,000 You're out of it? 7 lakh, forget 6, 800,000. Huh? He's like, okay, tu 9 सोच रहा था, I come with 825 only. 825, 850 from the Bulls, 900,000 from the Panthers. 900,000 is just the monument behind her which is forcing them. The London Bridge, right? What's that? I don't have my glasses on. What's that? 900,000 from Panthers. Anyone? At least thinking of willing to? No? Bulls out? Strikers? Knights? Shankar Bhai? He's asking. 900,001, 900,002. दूर देश से फोटोग्राफर्स जाके इसमें कल्चर फैमिली को भी कल 900,003 sold Shruti Gandikonda to the Panthers. RTM option છે Shankar Bhai is like marwa ho gaya now. Wow. Shefali Shah? Seriously? Shefali Shah, the 20,000. Strikers come with 20,000. 20,000 from the Strikers, 30 from the Warriors, 40 from the Bulls, 50 from the Strikers, 60 from the Warriors, 60,000 with the Warriors, 60,000, 70 from the Strikers, 70, 80 from the Bulls, 90 from the Warriors, 90 from the Warriors, 100 from the Strikers, 100,000 from the Strikers, 100,000 from the Strikers, 200,000 from the Knights, 200,000 from the Knights, 200,000, 225 from the Challengers, 225 from the Challengers, 225,000, 250 come the Warriors, 275 come the Bulls, 275 from the Bulls, 275,000, 300 come the Challengers, 300,000 come the Challengers, 300,000, the current bid with the Challengers, 300,000, 300,000, 2, and do I wait? 300,000, 3, sold to the Challengers. No RTM. Pooja Erande. Pooja Erande, base price of 20,000 only. Pooja Erande, 20,000 points. Base price with the Strikers now claiming 20,000 against the bid 20,000. 20,000 with the Strikers. Strikers 30 with the Bulls now. 30,000 with the Bulls. 30,000, 40,000 with these Panthers. 40,000 the Panthers. 40,000 with the Panthers. 40,000 40,000 two. Sir, बोलिए. Slow हो रहा है? नहीं, you say something. ये पे 40,000 40,000 two, and 40,000 3 sold to the Panthers. Neetu Agarwal. Neetu Agarwal, 20,000 base points. Anyone interested? Neetu Agarwal. Start the bid now. 20,000 the base points. No one seems interested in starting the initiate. 1, before I put her into the unsold category. 2, last call. Sorry? And unsold in the first round. Ritu Bansal. Ritu Bansal, strikers with 20,000. Strikers with 20,000, the base price bid. 500,000 from the Knights. Is that what you said? 500,000, right? 500,000. Ritu Bansal. 600,000. 700,000. छोटी बातें ही नहीं है आज दोपहर के सेशन में. Huh? 700,000 from the strikers. 700 striker. Knights are out. Bulls. 700,000 from the strikers. Panthers come in with 800. तो उनको चिल्ला क्यों रहे ऐसे से? 725,000. 725,000 from the Bulls. 725 from the Bulls. They're out. Anyone? Challengers? No. They're busy discussing the vacations, Maldives. Right. 725. I give it to the Bulls. 1. 725. 2. 725,000. 3. Ritu Bansal sold to the Bulls. RTM use करना है? Warriors? Tell me an amount. Tell me a figure. $750,000. Yeah, they exercised the RTM. Congratulations, Warriors. 750,000. Ritu Bansal will be a warrior this year. Vrushi Vora. Strikers with 20,000. Strikers with 20,000. 20,000. 1. 30 from the challengers. 30,000 from the challengers. 30,000. 40 from the strikers. 40,000 from the strikers. 40,000 from the strikers. 50 from the challengers. 50,000 from the challengers. 60 from the Warriors. 70 from the strikers. 80 from the Warriors. 80 from the Warriors. 80,000 from the Warriors. 80,001. 80,002. 90 from the strikers. 90,000 from the strikers. 90,000. 90,001. 90,002. And anyone? 90,003 to the strikers. 90,000 sold. Rekha Mundra. Rekha Mundra with 20,000 base points. Rekha Mundra with 20,000 base points. Rekha Mundra with 20,000 base points. Anyone? Rekha Mundra. See no interest in raising the placard towards the base price bid of 20,000. No one. Calling it off. 3, 2, 1. Unsold. Mira Rungta. Mira Rungta. Anyone? 20,000 base points. Mira Rungta. No one? Calling it over 20,000 from the Bulls. 20,000 from the Bulls. Anyone interested in cross bidding? Challengers? No? Strikers? Knights? Panthers? Warriors? No? Not coming forward for cross bidding. I'll give it to the Bulls at 1, 2, and 3. Sold 20,000 for Mira Rungta. Bulls. Nidhi Garodia. Nidhi Garodia. Base points of 20,000. Warriors come up with a base price bid of 20,000 from Nidhi Garodia. Nidhi Garodia with 20,000 the base points. Warriors have come up with a bid. Anyone who would like to cross bid? Yes, Knights come 20,000. Come with 30? 20 already from Warriors. You wanted at the base price? No. 20 from the Warriors. I mean, I'm supposed to write 20,000. One, 20,002, and 20,003 sold to the Warriors. Saili Shirude. Saili Shirude is Panthers with 20,000. Panthers with 20,000. Anyone? Yes. Bulls with 30. Bulls come up with a 30,000 cross bid. 30,000 from Bulls. 40 from the Panthers. 40,000 from the Panthers again. 50 from the Bulls. 50,000 from the Bulls here. 50,000 from the Bulls. 60 from the Panthers. 70 from 100,000 from the Knights. 110 from the Bulls. 110 from the Bulls. 110 from the Bulls. 110,001. 120 from the Challengers. 130 from the Knights. 130 from the Knights. 130,000 from the Knights. 140,000 from the Challengers. 140,000 from Challengers. 150 from the Panthers. 150,000 from the Panthers. 150,000. 160 from the Challengers. 160,000 from the Challengers. 160,000. 170,000 from the Bulls. 170,000 from the Bulls. 180 from the Challengers. 180,000 from the Challengers. 180,000 from the Challengers. 180,000. 190,000 from the Bulls. 190,000 from the Bulls. 190,000. 200,000 from the Challengers. Excuse me. 200,000 from the Challengers. 200,000. 225 from the Bulls. 225,000. 225,000 from the Bulls. 225,000 from the Bulls. 250,000 from the Challengers. 250,000 from the Challengers. 250,000. Ladies and gentlemen, anyone? 250,000 from the Challengers 1. 250,000 2. And 250,000 3. Sold to the Challengers. Sonia Adalja. No. Adalja? Okay. Sonia Adalja. How much? 20,000. 30 from the Warriors, 40 from the Panthers, 50 from the Warriors, 60 from the Bulls, 70 from the Warriors, 80 from the Bulls, 90, 100,000 from the Knights, 110 from the Warriors, 110,000 from the Warriors, 110,000 from the Warriors, 120 from the Panthers, 120,000 from the Panthers, 120,000 from the Panthers, 120,000 2, and 130 from the Knights, 130,000 from the Knights, wait, I've not sold it yet. 130,000 from the Knights, 140 from the Panthers. The small Panther is working actively. 150 from the Knights again. 150 from the Knights. 150,000 from the Knights. 160 from the Panthers. 160 from the Panthers. 160,000 1. 160,000 2. And 160,000 3. to the Panthers only. Confirm karo. 160,000 Panthers sold. And I have a RTM challenge from the challengers. They want to exercise. What's your amount that you'd give them? Challenges. नहीं देना है RTM. RTM लिया challenges. 200,000, 200,000, 200,000. So there is something bad bhi rakha hai. 200,000 and Sonia Adalja will play for the challengers. RTM accepted. डॉक्टर साहब, गांव में बहुत सारे पेशेंट्स हैं, उनका नहीं यूज करना है, उनका दवाई इधर नहीं. नो. 200,000. Come on, let's move ahead. Challenges. Sakshi Pagrani. Sakshi Pagrani, strikers with 20, warriors with 30. Warriors with 30,000, 40 from the Panthers, 50 from the Warriors, 60 from the Panthers, 70 from the Warriors, 70,000, 80 from the Panthers, 80,000 from the Panthers, 80,000 for Sakshi Pagrani. Current bid with the Panthers, 80,000, 80,001, 80,002, and 90,000 from the strikers. 90,000 from the strikers. 90,001. 100,000 from the Panthers. 100,000 from the Panthers. 100,000 from the Panthers. 100,000 2 and 100,000 3 sold to the Panthers. Who's reading item? Ruchika Goenka. Warriors with 20. Warriors with a base price bid of 20,000. Anyone interested in cross bidding? Bulls do with 30. 40 from the challengers. 50 from the Warriors. 60 from the strikers. 70 from the Warriors. 70 from the Warriors. 70,000 from the Warriors. 70,000. 1, 70,000 2, and 80,000 from the challengers. 80,000 from the challengers. 80,000 from the challengers. Anyone interested in cross bidding? 80,000 1, 80,000 2, 90,000 from the Warriors. 90,000 from the Warriors. 90,000 from the Warriors. 1, 90,000. 100,000 from the challengers. 100,000 from the challengers. 100,000 1, 110,000 from the Warriors. 110,000 from the Warriors. 110,000 from the Warriors. 120,000 from the challengers. 120 from the challengers. 120. 120,000 from the challengers. 1, 120 from the challengers. 2, and 120,000 from the challengers. 3 sold. Jyoti Gidwani. Jyoti Gidwani with 20,000 base price. Jyoti Gidwani. Warriors come up with 20. 30 from the Panthers, 40 from the Bulls, 50 from the Warriors, 50, 60 from the Panthers, 70 from the Bulls, 70,000 from the Bulls, 70,000. 70,000 from the Bulls. The current bid is 70,000. 80 from the strikers. 80,000 from the strikers. 90 from the Panthers. 90,000 from the Panthers. 100,000 from the Bulls. 110 from the Warriors. 110 from the Warriors. 110,000. 1, 120 from the strikers, 130 from the bulls, 140 from the challengers. 140,000 from the challengers, the current bid. 150 from the bulls, 160 from the strikers. 160 from the strikers, 170 from the warriors. 170 from the warriors, 180 from the bulls. 180 from the bulls, 190 from the strikers. 190 from the strikers. 190,000. 200,000 from the challengers, 225 from the strikers, 225 from the strikers, 225,000. Come on guys, raise it up. 225, 250 from the bulls, 250,000 from the bulls. The current bid is with the bulls for 250,000, 250,000. 1 to 75 come the challengers, 275,000. With the challengers, the current bid is 275 with the challengers. 200 and 300 come the bulls. 300,000 come the bulls here. 300,000. 300,000. Anyone cross bidding accepted? 300,000. 1, 300,000. 2, and 325 from the challengers. 325 from the challengers. 325 from the challengers. 325 from the challengers. 1, 325, 2, and 350 come the bulls. 350 from the bulls. 350,000. 350,000 from the bulls. 1, 350,000. 2, 350,000. 3. Sold to the bulls. Jyoti Gidwani. Anya Agarwal. Anya Agarwal, 20,000 base points. Anya Agarwal, 20,000 from the knights, 30 from the challengers. 30,000 from the challengers. 40 from the warriors. 40,000 from the warriors. Yeah. 40,000 with the warriors. The current bid. 40,000, 40,000. 1, 40,000, 50 from the Panthers, 50,000 from the Panthers, 50,000 from the Panthers, 50,000 from the Panthers, yeah? 1, 60 from the Warriors, 60,000 from the Warriors, ladies and gentlemen, 60,000 from the Warriors. 1, 60,000. 2, and 70 from the Panthers, 70,000 from the Panthers, 70,000 from the Panthers. 70,001, 70,002, and 70,003. Player awarded to the Panthers. Congratulations, Anya Agarwal. Bhavini Savla. Bhavini Savla with 20,000. The base price up for the bid. Bhavini Savla. The base price of 20,000 points. Yes, we have strikers with 20. Strikers with 20,000. Strikers with 20,000 base point bid against Bhavini. Knights we have, do we? Bhavini Savla with the strikers 20,001, 20,002, and I see no cross bidding. 20,000 sold to the strikers. Nikita Shah, 20,000 base points. Nikita Shah. Nikita Shah with the base points of 20,000. 20,000 base points. Nikita Shah, Knights with 20. Knights come up with 20,000. 20,000. 1. 20,002 and 20,003 sold to the Knights. 20,000 base points. Suman Goel. Suman Goel. 20,000 base price bid for Suman Goel. 20,000. Anyone interested in starting the bid? Yes, the Knights are. Suman Goel with 20,000. 20,000 Suman Goel from the Knights. Knights with 20,000. 20,001, 20,002, and 20,003 sold to the Knights. Shalini Damani with 20,000 base points. Shalini Damani with Panthers 20, Challengers 30, 40 from the Panthers again, 40,000 the bid with the Panthers, 40,000 from the Panthers 1, 40,000 2, and 40,000 3 sold to the Panthers. Nitya Bansal with 20,000 base points. Nitya Bansal with 20,000 from the Knights. 20,000 the bid from the Knights. 20,000. 20,001. 20,002. And 20,003 sold to the Knights. Tanisha Bhandari, strikers with a base price bid. Strikers, Warriors come with 30, 40 from the strikers, 50 from the Warriors, 60 strikers, 70 the Bulls, 80 the Warriors, 100,000 the strikers, 200,000 the Bulls, 225 the Warriors, 250 the strikers, 250,000 the strikers, 250,000 the strikers, 250,000 the strikers, 250,000 the strikers, 1, 275 come the challengers, 275 the challengers, 275 the challengers, 275 the challengers, 1, 300 come the strikers, 300,000 come the strikers, 300,000 come the strikers, 300,000 come the strikers, anyone? 325 come the challengers, 325 come the challengers, 325,000 1, 325,000 2, and 325,000, 350,000 from the Knights, 350,000 from the Knights, 350 from the Knights, 350,000, 375 from the challengers, 375 from the challengers, 375,000 1, 375,000 2, and 375,000 3 sold to the challengers. RTM, they're just thinking. Okay, quick. RTM, sir, give me an amount to 375 with the challenges, right? They have used the RTM. You're supposed to give. Sorry? Huh? 425,000 is the amount. $425,000. 425,000. हाँ सर मैं ऐसे ही बोल रहा हूँ, याद रहे आपको कि क्या डिस्कस करना है. 425,000 one, 425,000 two, yes, they exercise the RTM. Yes, they use it. 425 from the Panthers. And congratulations, Tanisha Bhandari will be a Panther this year. Huh. Anjali Bhisht, team owner of the Bulls, right? Yes. How much? Base price of 20,000 from the Bulls itself. Warriors with 30. Warriors with 30,000. Current bid with the Warriors at 30,000. Anyone interested in cross bidding? 30,000 from the Warriors. 30,000 one. 30,000 two. And 30,000 from the Warriors. Sold. RTM? बोलू क्या? Base points पे ही 20,000 पे 30,000 to the Bulls. Sold. बस बस मैडम. कांता प्रजापति. Warriors with 20, strikers with 30. 30 from the strikers, 40 from the Panthers. 200,000 from the Knights. 225 from the Warriors. 225,000 from the Warriors. 225,000 from the Warriors. 225,000 from the Warriors. 225,000 one. 225,000 two. And 250 come the challengers. 250,000 come the challengers. 250,000. 250,000 one. 250,000 two. And 250,000 to the challengers. Sold. Nish? No RTM. Shruti Khemani, in front of you, in front of a screen. Shruti Khemani with 20,000 the base points. 20,000 the base points. Shruti Khemani. Shruti Khemani, 20,000. Anyone interested in starting the bid for Shruti? Yes, no? Final call. Shruti Khemani. 3, 2, 1. Unsold. Hello. Hetal Panchal. Hetal Panchal. Hetal Panchal, 20,000 base points. Hetal Panchal, 20,000 base points. Hetal Panchal. Final call, Hetal. Final call, Hetal Panchal. 3, 2, 1, and unsold. Sir, sir, excuse me, sir. मोनिका आंटी, इधर तक आवाज आ रही है आपके डिस्कशन की. थोड़ा आहिस्ते. डिस्कशन थोड़ा आहिस्ते. डॉक्टर साहब. डॉक्टर साहब, आपकी डिस्कशन की आवाज यहां तक आ रही है. थोड़ा सा आहिस्ते. Strikers come up with Smruti Rungta, 20,000 from the strikers. Strikers with 20,000 against the name of Smruti Rungta. The first bid, 30,000 from the Knights. You know, every time you come up, it's going to be 200,000, 300,000. So मैं पूछ लेता हूँ पहले. ऐसे करोगे तो. 30,000 from the Knights, yeah? 30,000 from the Knights. Anyone interested in cross bidding? 30,000 from the Knights. 40,000 from the strikers. 40,000 from the strikers. 40,000. 40,000 from the strikers. 50,000 from the Knights. 50,000 from the Knights. 50,000 from the Knights. 50,000. 2. And 50,000. 3. Sold to the Knights. Smruti. Atim? $50,000. That's it. Don't want to raise it to the strikers at 50,000 awarded. RTM not utilized. I mean utilized from the utilized from the strikers. Congratulations. 50,000. Now post the 50th player, we'll be taking a breather, and post the breather I'll give you the exact count of how many RTMs are left with the teams, although you might know. Dhruvi Jani with 20,000 base points. Dhruvi Jani with 20,000 base points. Dhruvi Jani with 20,000 base points, and Bulls come with the base prize bid of 20, 30 from the Warriors, from the strikers, excuse me, 40 from the Warriors, 50 from the strikers, 60 from the Warriors, 70 from the strikers, 80 Warriors, 90 from the strikers, 100 from the Warriors, 110 from the strikers, 120 from the Warriors. You know 150? 150 from the strikers. इतना पहचान हो गया है सुबह से अभी. 150 from the strikers. 150. 150,000 from the strikers. 150,000 from the strikers. 160 from the Warriors. 160,000. 170 from the strikers. 170,000 from the strikers. 170,000. 180 from the Warriors. 200,000 from the strikers. 200,000 from the strikers for Dhruvi Jani. 200,000. 200,000. 1. 200,000. 2. 200,000. 3. Sold to the strikers, and the RTM is being used by the Bulls. 250,000. No, you don't want to, no, okay. 250,000 now to the strikers. Congratulations. Sold. Ruchi Gupta. Ruchi Gupta. 20,000 base points. Ruchi Gupta. Ruchi Gupta with 20,000 base points. Ruchi Gupta. Last call in the first round. Ruchi Gupta. Base price bid from the Bulls. 20,000 from the Bulls. 20,000 from the Bulls. 1. 20,000. 2. And 20,000. 3 from the Bulls. Sold. Anushka Joshi. Anushka Joshi. Warriors with 20,000. Warriors with 20,000. 20,000, the current bid. 20,001. 100,000 from the Knights. 110 from the Panthers. 110 from the Panthers. 110,000 from the Panthers. 110,000 from the Panthers. 120 from the Warriors. 120 from the Warriors. 120,000 from the Warriors. 120,000 from the Warriors. 120,000 from the Warriors. 120,000. 130,000 from the Knights. 130,000 from the Knights. 130 from the Knights. 130,000. 130,000 two, and 140 from the Panthers. 150 from the Warriors. 150 from the Warriors. 150 from the Warriors. 150 from the Warriors. 150. 150,000 two, and 160,000 from the Challengers. 160,000 from the Challengers. 160,000 from the Challengers. 160,000 160,000 two, 170,000 from the Warriors. 170,000 Warriors. 170,000 Warriors. 170 Warriors 1. 170 Warriors 2, and 180 from the Challengers. 180 from the Challengers. 180,000 from the Challengers. 180,000 from the Challengers. 180,000 1. 180,000 2, and 190,000 from the Warriors. 190,000 from the Warriors. 190. 190,000 from the Warriors. 190,000 1. 190,000 2, and 190,000 3 sold to the Warriors. Now, Prachi Agarwal with 20,000 from the Strikers already. Strikers 20,000 the base bid. 30,000 from the Knights. 30,000 from the Knights. $40 from the Strikers. 1 minute. You want to take it back? I'll go back to the base price of 20,000. No, we cannot. These 3 students since morning. 40,000 from the Strikers. Now, I just, because all the members of the OC are together, and together they said no. 40,000 from the Strikers. Anyone interested in cross bidding? I'm giving it to them. Selling it to the Strikers for 40,000 1, 40,000 2, and 40,000 3 sold. Now you clap, everyone. Now, Prachi Agarwal, 40,000 will be a striker this year. Priya Waghela. Priya Waghela with 20,000 points. Priya Waghela, ladies and gentlemen, Priya Waghela, 20,000 points. Base price from the Warriors, 30 from the Strikers. 100,000, 300,000 from, no, 300,000 from the Knights. 300,000 from the Knights. 300,000. Anyone cross bidding with 325? 325 from the Challengers. 325 from the Challengers. 325 from the Challengers. $325,001, 325,002, and 350,000 from the Knights. 350,000 from the Knights. 350,000 from the Knights. 375 from the Challengers. 400 from the Knights. 400 from the Knights. 400,000 400,000, 1, 425 from the challengers, 425,000, 425,000 from the challengers, 425,000, 1, 450,000 from the knights, 450,000 from the knights, 450,000, 475 from the challengers, 475,000 from the challengers, 475,000 from the challengers, 1, 475,000, 2, and 475,000, 3, sold to the challengers. Yesha Soni. Yesha Soni, the base price of 20,000. Knights with 20, 30 from the bulls, 40 from the strikers, 50 from the knights, 50,000 knights, 50,000 knights, 60 from the warriors, 60 from the warriors here, 60,000 from the warriors, 1, 60,000 from the warriors, 2, and 60,000 from the warriors, 3, sold to the warriors. Priya Garodia, strikers with 20,000, 30 from the warriors, 30,000 from the warriors, 30,000 from the warriors, 30,000 from the warriors, 1, 30,000, 40 from the strikers, 40,000 from the strikers, 40,000 from the strikers, 40,000 from the strikers, 1, 40,000, 2, and 40,000, 50 from the warriors, 50 from the warriors, 50 from the warriors. Come on, anyone cross bidding? 50 from the warriors, 1, 50 from the warriors, 2, and 50,000 from the warriors, 3, sold Priya Garodia to the warriors team for 50,000 points. For practice, who said Friday? Ruchi Mohatta. Ruchi Mohatta, 20,000 from the bulls, 30 from the warriors, 40 from the strikers, 50 from the panthers, 50, 60 from the strikers, 70 from the panthers, 80 from the bulls, 90 from the strikers, 100 from the panthers, 110 from the strikers, 110 from the strikers, 110,000 from the strikers, 110,000, 1, 120 from the bulls, 130 from the knights, 140 from the strikers, 140,000 from the strikers, 140,000 from the strikers, 150 from the knights, 150 from the knights, 150, 60 from the strikers, 160 from the strikers, 160,000 from the strikers, 160,000, 1, 160,000, 2, and 170 from the challengers, 170,000 from the challengers, 170,000 from the challengers, 180 from the strikers, 180 from the strikers, 180 from the strikers, 180 from the strikers, 1, 180,000, 2, and 190 from the knights, 190 from the knights, 200 from the strikers, 200 from the strikers, 200 from the strikers, 1, 200,000, 2, 225 from the knights, 225 from the knights, 225 from the knights, 1, 225,000, 2, and 225,000, 3, sold to the Knights. Guys, don't do this. I'm not able to then. In the break, we'll do. 4-5 players रखता हूँ आपके लिए. Manisha Prajapati with 20,000 base points. Manisha Prajapati, yes. The only thing remaining was standing on the chair and doing it. Manisha Prajapati with 20,000 base points. Anyone interested in cross bidding? 20,000 base points with the Bulls. 20,000 base points with the Bulls. 20,000 with the Bulls. Manisha Prajapati. Warriors with 30,000. Warriors with 30,000. Anyone interested in cross bidding? Yes, no. 30,001, 30,002, and 30,003 sold to the Warriors. Manisha Prajapati. Meena Bhandari, 20,000 base points. Meena Bhandari. Meena Bhandari with 20,000 base points. Meena Bhandari. Anyone interested in starting the bid at 20,000 base points? Meena Bhandari. Meena Bhandari with 20,000 base points. I see no interest in raising the placard from any of the 6 teams. 3, 2, 1, unsold. Seema Gupta. Seema Gupta with 20,000 base points. Seema Gupta, start bidding now. Seema Gupta. Seema Gupta. Yes, no, maybe. There's no bid. Moving on to the next player, terming this player as unsold. Seema Gupta. Hansvita Jain. Hansvita Jain, base price of 20,000. Hansvita Jain, the base price of 20,000. Hansvita Jain, base price of 20,000. 20,000 from the Knights. 20,000 from the Knights, yeah? 20,000 from the Knights. 20,000. Anyone interested in cross bidding? 20,000. 1, 20,000. 2, and 20,000. 3 sold to the Knights. Chandni Moda. Chandni Moda, base price of 20,000, bid from the Strikers. Bid from the Strikers here. Chandni Moda. Bid from the Strikers with Chandni Moda. 20,000. 1, 20,000. 2, and 20,000. 3 sold to the Strikers. 20,000 base points. Ishana Gupta. Ishana Gupta with 20,000 base points. Ishana Gupta. 20,000 from the Bulls. 20,000 from the Bulls. I have a base bidder 20,000 from the Bulls. 20,000. 1, 20,000. 2, and 30,000 from the Strikers. 30,000 from the Strikers. 30,000 from the Strikers. 30,000 from the Strikers here. 30,000. 1, 40,000 from the Bulls. 40,000 from the Bulls. Anyone interested in cross bidding? 40,000 from the Bulls. 1, 40,000. 2, and 40,000. 3 sold to the Bulls. Deepika Agarwal with 20,000 base points. Deepika Agarwal, Strikers with 20. Strikers with 20,000. Deepika Agarwal, Strikers with 20,000. 20,000. Strikers 20,000. 1, 20,002, and 20,003. No, I'll give it to you. 30,000 from the Knights. 30,000 from the Knights. 30,000 from the Knights. Oh, this is wonderful. 30,000 from the Knights. 30,001, 30,002, and 30,003. Sold to the Knights. RTM. Using the RTM, you're giving it the same price. 30,000 to these strikers. RTM. अलग स्ट्रैटेजी ना आरटीएम यूज करने लगा रहे हैं सबको. बढ़ रहा हूं सर, बढ़ रहा हूं आगे. क्या है? कीप इट ऐसा. कट टू द पॉइंट रखेंगे, ठीक है. दीपिका अग्रवाल सोल्ड टू द स्ट्राइकर्स. नेक्स्ट प्लेयर ऑन बोर्ड वुड बी. ऐसे नहीं होगा. 1010 बाइनरी नहीं जमेगा. After one player. After one player. Correct, na Manish? Don't. After two players, we'll be completing 50. Please bear with me. 50 के बाद निकलते हैं. 17 सर. 2 ही सर. Next player, please. Sonia Agarwal with 30,000 base points. 30,000 base points. Strikers with 20. 20,000. Strikers with 20. Strikers with 20,000. 1. 30,000 from Knights. 30,000 from the Knights. 30,000 from the Knights. 30,000. 1. 40 from the Strikers. 40,000 from the Strikers. 40,000 from the Strikers. 1. 40,000. 2. 50,000 from the Knights. 50,000 from the Knights. 50,001, 50,002, and 50,003 with the Knights. Sonia Agarwal, 50,000 sold. Next player on board is Disha Beriwal. Disha Beriwal, 20,000 from the Strikers, 20,000 from the Strikers, 30 from the Bulls, 30,000 from the Bulls, 30,000 from the Bulls, 30,000 from the Bulls, 40 from the Warriors, 40,000 from the Warriors, 40,000 from the Warriors, 40,000 from the Warriors. 1, 40,000, 2, and 40,000, 3 sold to the Warriors. RTM? Okay, sorry. 50,000 with the, can I? My apologies, I missed it. 50,000 with the Panthers. Continue bidding. 50,000 with the Panthers. 50,000 with the Panthers. 1. 60 from the Warriors. 60 from the Warriors. 60,000 from the Warriors. 60,000 from the Warriors. 1. 60,000 from the Warriors. 2. And 70,000 from the Panthers. 70,000 from the Panthers. 70,000, the current bid with the Panthers for Disha Beriwal. 70,000, 1. 70,000, 2. And 70,000, 3 with the Panthers sold. Disha Beriwal. Still using the RTM? They're discussing it. RTM is being applied. Think about a figure. Yes, sir. The strikers. Same price. 70,000 awarded to the strikers at 70,000 using the RTM. 70 sold to the strikers. RTM used. They have done with the RTMs now. तो 3 अभी हुआ ना सर? नहीं? ये तीसरा है सर. वही तो मैं बोला, with this you are done with your RTMs. नहीं सर, awarded मैंने sold बोला ना strikers. खामखा झगड़े करते, एक बंदा जहाँ जहाँ जाता है झगड़े लगाता है. With this we break for 5 minutes on each hand. Come soon.
Let's go, let's cheer! EPL is finally here! Lights on, beat drop, सबका जश्न non-stop. गली से stadium सब तैयार, kicks to champs we're raising the bar. खेल का जुनून, दोस्तों का प्यार. This is the moment, this is our volleyball. Jump, shout, दिलों का pride. We play together side by side. जीत की बात हो या हो हार, we bring the fire. हार बार बार, energy high सबके साथ. This is home, feel the pain. Esquire की शान, Esquire की जान, Esquire का जोश, Esquire Premier League, ये है Esquire का त्योहार. Let's go, let's cheer! EPL is finally here! Lights on, beat drop, सबका जश्न non-stop. गली से stadium सब तैयार, kicks to champs we're raising the bar. खेल का जुनून, दोस्तों का प्यार. This is the moment, this is our volleyball. Jump, shout, दिलों का pride. We play together side by side. जीत की बात हो या हो हार, we bring the fire. हार बार बार, energy high सबके साथ. This is home, feel the pain. Esquire की शान, Esquire की जान, Esquire का जोश, Esquire Premier League, ये है Esquire का त्योहार. Let's go, let's cheer! EPL is finally here! Lights on, beat drop, सबका जश्न non-stop. गली से stadium सब तैयार, kicks to champs we're raising the bar. खेल का जुनून, दोस्तों का प्यार. This is the moment, this is our volleyball. Jump, shout, दिलों का pride. We play together side by side. जीत की बात हो या हो हार, we bring the fire. हार बार बार, energy high सबके साथ. This is home, feel the pain. Esquire की शान, Esquire की जान, Esquire का जोश, Esquire Premier League, ये है Esquire का त्योहार. की बात हो या हो हार, we bring the fire, har har har. Energy high, सबके साथ. This is home, feel the pain. Esquire की शान, Esquire की जान, Esquire का जोश, Esquire Premier League, ये है Esquire का त्योहार. Let's go, let's cheer! EPL is finally here! Lights on, beat drop, सबका जोश non-stop. Gullies and stadiums सब तैयार, picks to champs we're raising the bar. खेल का जुनून, दोस्तों का प्यार. This is the moment, this is our volleyball. Jump, shout, दिलों का pride. We play together side by side. जीत की बात हो या हो हार, we bring the fire, har har har. Energy high, सबके साथ. This is home, feel the pain. Esquire की शान, Esquire की जान, Esquire का जोश, Esquire Premier League, ये है Esquire का त्योहार. Let's go, let's cheer! EPL is finally here! Lights on, beat drop, सबका जोश non-stop. Gullies and stadiums सब तैयार, picks to champs we're raising the bar. खेल का जुनून, Let's go, let's cheer! EPL is finally here! Lights on, beat drop, सबका जश्न non-stop. गली से स्टेडियम सब तैयार, picks to champs we're raising the bar. खेल का जुनून, दोस्तों का प्यार. This is the moment, this is our volleyball. Jump, shout, दिलों का pride. We play together side by side. जीत की बात हो या हो हार, we bring the fire. हार बार बार, energy high सबके साथ. This is home, feel the pain. Esquire की शान. Esquire की जान. Esquire का जोश. Esquire Premier League, ये है Esquire का त्योहार. Let's go, let's cheer! EPL is finally here! Lights on, beat drop, सबका जश्न non-stop. गली से स्टेडियम सब तैयार, picks to champs we're raising the bar. खेल का जुनून, दोस्तों का प्यार. This is the moment, this is our volleyball. Jump, shout, दिलों का pride. We play together side by side. जीत की बात हो या हो हार, we bring the fire. हार बार बार, energy high सबके साथ. This is home, feel the pain. Esquire की शान. Esquire की जान. Esquire का जोश. Esquire Premier League, ये है Esquire का त्योहार. Let's go, let's cheer! EPL is finally here! Lights on, beat drop, सबका जश्न non-stop. गली से स्टेडियम सब तैयार, picks to champs we're raising the bar. खेल का जुनून, दोस्तों का प्यार. This is the moment, this is our volleyball.
उधर आऊं? स्क्रीन पे है? नहीं आएगा ना, रुक जरा मैं आता हूं. Okay, now I'll tell you across teams how many RTMs for each team is remaining. The Bulls, 2 are remaining for you, 2 RTMs, right? Challengers, 2 RTMs remaining. Knights, all 3 are remaining. Panthers, 2 are remaining. Strikers, where are the strikers? Are they? Strikers are done with the RTMs. Remaining. Warriors, 1 is remaining. Strikers all done. Warriors 1 RTM remaining. So guys, are we done? Are we there with all teams now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. I need a charging badly. Someone arrange for it. Nivedita Shiv. Nivedita Shiv is the new player on board. Nivedita Shiv. Nivedita Shiv, 20,000 base points. Nivedita Shiv with 20,000 base points on the screen for the bid. Anyone interested in starting the bid with 20,000 base points? Anyone? It seems no one interested. It's 3, 2, 1 and unsold. Kavita Purohit with 20,000 base points. Kavita Purohit with 20,000 the base points up for the bidding. Anyone interested in starting the bid with 20,000 base points? Kavita Purohit. Kavita Purohit, 20,000 base points. Anyone interested? Kavita Purohit. No one seems interested. Calling it off. 3, 2 and 1. Unsold. Diksha Prajapati with 20,000 base points. Warriors with 20,000. Warriors with 20,000 base price bid, and Warriors with 20,000. 20,000. Anyone? Cross bid 20,001, 20,002 and 20,003 sold to the Warriors. Next on player is Aarti Bhandari. She's an all-rounder. 20,000 the base price. Aarti Bhandari. Warriors claim 20,000 as base price bid 20,000. Aarti Bhandari 20,000 from the Warriors. Interested in cross bidding? Anyone? Yes. Knights come with 30,000. Knights come up with 30,000 for Aarti Bhandari. 40,000 from the Panthers, 50 from the Warriors, 50,000 from the Warriors, 50,000 one, 60 from the Panthers. 60,000 from the Panthers. 60,000 from the Panthers. 1. 60,000. 70 from the Warriors. 70,000 from the Warriors. 70,000 from the Warriors. 70,000. 1. 70,000. 2. And 80 from the Knights. 80,000 from the Knights. 80,000 from the Knights. 80,000 from the Knights. 1. 80,000. 2. And 90 from the Strikers. 100 from the Warriors. 100,000 from the Warriors. 110 from the Strikers. 110,000 from the Strikers. 110,000. 1. 110,000 to 120,000 from the Panthers. 120,000 from the Panthers. 130,000 from the Warriors, from the Strikers. 140,000 from the Knights. 150. 150 from the Knights. 200,000 from the Strikers. 200,000 from the Strikers. 200,000 from the Strikers. 200,000 from the Strikers. 1. 200,000. 2. And 200,000. 3 sold to the Strikers. Aarti Bhandari. 200,000. 200. No, he's changing it, no? Megha Damani, 20,000 base points. Megha Damani, 20,000 base points. Anyone interested in starting the bid for Megha Damani with 20,000 base points? Ladies and gentlemen, across 6 teams, in the final time, I'm asking you, Megha Damani with base points of 20,000, 3, 2, and 1. The player goes unsold. Bhumi Panchal with the 20,000 base points. Bhumi Panchal, the price of 20,000 points. Base price of 20,000 from the challengers. 20,000 from the challengers already. 30 from the Warriors. 30,000 from the Warriors, 40 from the Panthers. 40 from the Panthers, 40,000 from the Panthers. 40,000, 50,000 from the Warriors. 50,000 from the Warriors. 50,000 from the Warriors. 50,000. 1. 50,000. 2. 60 from the Knights. 70 from the Panthers. 70,000 from the Panthers. 70,000. 80 from the Warriors. 80,000 from the Warriors. 80,000 from the Warriors. 80,000 from the Warriors. 1. 80,000. 90,000 from the Panthers. 90,000 from the Panthers. 90,000. 100,000 from the Warriors. 100,000 from the Warriors. 100,000 from the Warriors. 1. 100,000 from the Warriors. 2. And the Knights come with 110,000. 110,000 from the Knights. 110,000 from the Knights. 110,000. 1. 110,000 to 120,000 from the Warriors. 120,000 from the Warriors. 120,000 from the Warriors. 130,000 from the Knights. 130,000 from the Knights. 130,000 from the Knights. 1. 130,000 2 and 140,000 from the Warriors. 140,000 from the Warriors. 140,000 from the Warriors. 140,000, 150,000 from the Knights. 150,000 from the Knights. 150,000 from the Knights. 1. 160 from the Warriors. 160,000 from the Warriors. 160,000 from the Warriors. 170,000 from the Knights. 170,000 from the Knights. 170,000 from the Knights. 180,000 from the Warriors. 180 from the Warriors, 180 from the Warriors, 200,000 from the Knights, 200,000 from the Knights, 200,000 from the Knights, 1, 200,000, 2, and 225. 225 from the Warriors, 225 from the Warriors, 225,000 from the Warriors, 225,000, 1, 225,000, 2, and 225,000, 3, sold to the Warriors. Bhumi Panchal. Nidhi Gandhi. 20,000 base points. Nidhi Gandhi. Nidhi Gandhi with 20,000 base points. From the Knights, I have a claim of 20,000. I have a claim of 20,000 from the Knights. Anyone trying to cross bid? 20,000. 1. 30,000 from the challengers. 30 from the challengers. 30,000. 30,000 from the challengers. 1. 30,000. 2. And 40,000 from the Knights. 50 from the Panthers. 50,000 from the Panthers. 50 from the Panthers. 1. 50,000. 2. And 50,000. 3. To the Panthers. Nidhi Gandhi. Who's going for RTM? No RTM, right? Sold. Nidhi Gandhi to the Panthers. Shalini Shah. Shalini Shah with 20,000 base prize. Shalini Shah with 20,000 base prize. Shalini Shah. Anyone interested in starting the bid with 20,000 base prize? No one interested. Final call for Shalini Shah. Bulls with 20. Bulls with 20,000. Bulls with 20,000. Anyone cross bidding? Bulls with 20,000. 1, 20,000, 2, and 20,000, 3, sold to the Bulls at 20,000 base price. Pinky Gupta. Pinky Gupta with 20,000 from the Warriors. Warriors with 20,000. Warriors with 20,000. 1, 20,000, 2, and 20,000, 3, sold to the Warriors at 20,000 the base price. He wants to use the RTM, the Knights. Waiting for a figure from the Warriors. 50. $50,000? 50,000, right? 50,000 accepted. 50,000 for Pinky Gupta. She'll play for the Knights. Prerna Gauri Saraiya. Saraiya or yes, Prerna Gauri Saria, 20,000, the base price for the bid. Prerana, anyone interested in starting the bid? Yes, no? Last time, for Prerana, 3, 2, and 1, unsold. Shefali Shirke. Shefali Shirke with the base price of 20,000, claim from the Warriors with 20,000, the base price bid 20,000. 20,000 from the Warriors, 20,000 from the Warriors, 30 from the Bulls, 30,000 from the Bulls, 40 from the Warriors, 40,000 from the Warriors, 50 from the Bulls, 50,000 from the Bulls, 50,000 from the Bulls, 60 from the Warriors, 70 from the Strikers, 80 from the Warriors, 80 from the 90 from the Bulls, 90 from the Bulls, 100 from the Warriors, 110 from the Warriors, 120 from the Bulls, 120 from the Bulls, 120,000, 130,000 from the Strikers, 130,000 from the Strikers, 140 from the Warriors, 140,000 from the Warriors, 150 from the Bulls, 150 from the Bulls, 150 from the Bulls, yeah, 150,000, 160 from the Strikers, 160 from the Strikers, 160,000, 160, 170 from the Bulls, 180 from the Strikers, 180 from the Strikers, 180 from the Strikers, 180,000, 190 from the Warriors, 200 from the Bulls, 225 from the Strikers, 225,000 from the Strikers, 225 from the Strikers, 225,000, 250 from the Bulls, 275 from the Strikers, 275 from the Strikers, 275,000, 275,000, 2, and 275,000, 3 sold to the Strikers. RTM to be used by the Knights. $400,000. Knights, you get an offer of 400,000 to retain to the right to match. Accepted. 400,000 accepted by the Knights for Shefali Shirke, and 400,000 sold to the Knights. RTM utilized. नहीं सर, बाकी अभी एक बाकी है उनका शायद. 3 स्ट्राइकर्स के तीनों खत्म हो गए थे, उनके तीनों भी शेष थे. उनके बाकी थे सर 3. नाइट्स के पूरे बाकी थे. हाँ पूरे बाकी थे. इनके स्ट्राइकर्स के खत्म हो गए थे. I'll tell you the RTM scenario. I'll tell you. Wait, amount. Tell me. Bulls left with 2 RTMs. Challengers 2 RTMs remaining. Knights 1 RTM remaining. Panthers 2 RTMs remaining. Strikers done. Warriors 1 RTM remaining. चलिए next. Misha Seth. Is not updated. Wait, Manish. Misha Seth. Knights with 20,000 base points. Knights with 20,000 base points. Knights. 20,000, 1, 20,000, 2, and No one interested in cross bidding. Giving out the player to the Knights at 20,000 sold. Sheetal Saraf. 20,000 base points. Sheetal Saraf. Sheetal Saraf with 20,000 base points. Bids welcomed for the base points of 20,000. Anyone interested? 20,000, the base points. Yes, I have a Panther bid from 20, Warriors with 30, Strikers with. So he was giving me 30, coming with 40? No, 30 with the Warriors. 30,000 with the Warriors. 30,000 with the Warriors. 30,000. 1. 40,000 with the Panthers. 40,000 with the Panthers for the time being. 50 from the Warriors. 50,000 with the Warriors. 50,000 with the Warriors. Current bid 50,000. 1. 50,000. 2. Anyone? Have you discussed now? 50,000? 60,000 from the Panthers. 60 from the Panthers. 60,000 from the Panthers. 60,000. 1. 60,000. 2. And 60,000. 3. Sold to the Panthers. And now I have an RTM request from the Knights. At 60,000, the Panthers have claimed. I look out for a figure to offer to the Knights. Now, if you wait now. $60,000 is the last bid. Check. Have you? $120,000 is the offer from the Panthers, accepted by the Knights, and 120,000 Sheetal Saraf will play for the Knights this year. Girija Purohit. Girija Purohit, 20,000 base points. Girija Purohit, 20,000 base points. Start bidding now for Girija Purohit, 20,000 base points. Anyone interested? The final call for Girija Purohit. No one seems interested in raising the placard towards the first bid. 3, 2, and 1. The player remains unsold in the first round. Bhavika Makija. Bhavika Makija with 20,000 base points. Bhavika Makija, 20,000. Bhavika Makija with 20,000. Is Bulls with 20,000 base price bid. 20,000 base bid from the Bulls. 20,000 from the Bulls. 1. 20,000. 2. And 20,000. 3. sold to the Bulls at 20,000 the base price. Nishi Joshi. Nishi Joshi. Start bidding now at the base price of 20,000 rupees. The points maybe. 20,000 points. No one interested? Yes, I have a Warrior bid of 20,000 the base price. Warriors come up with 20,000. Warriors come up with a basic bid of 20,000. At 20,000, I stand. 1, 20,000, 2, and 30,000 from the Panthers. 30,000 from the Panthers. 30,000 from the Panthers here. 30,000 from the Panthers. 1, 40 from the Warriors. 40,000 from the Warriors. 40,000 from the Warriors. 40,000 1, 40,000 2, and 40,000 3 sold to the Warriors. Priya Sharma. Priya Sharma, 20,000 base points. Panthers with 20. Panthers come up with a base price bid of 20,000 for Priya Sharma. Anyone interested in cross bidding? 20,000 from the Panthers. 20,000 Panthers. 1. 20,000 to 30,000 from the Knights. 30,000 from the Knights and 30,000 from the Knights. 1. 30,000 2, and 40,000 from the Panthers. 40,000 from the Panthers. 40,000. 50 from the Knights. 50,000 from the Knights again. 50,000 1. 50,000 2, and 50,000 60,000 come up the Panthers. 60,000 from the Panthers. 60,000 from the Panthers and 60,000 from the Panthers. Anyone? 60,000. 60,000 1. 60,000 2. 70,000 from the Knights. 70,000 from the Knights. 70,000 from the Knights. 1. 70,000 2, and 70,000 3 with the Knights sold. Paridhi Damani. Paridhi Damani. 20,000 base points. Start bidding now. Paridhi Damani. Base points 20,000. Start bidding now. Paridhi Damani. No one seems interested in starting the bid. Moving ahead, the final call for Paridhi Damani. 3, 2, 1. Unsold. Tanya Adalja. Tanya. Tanya Adalja, 20,000 from the challengers. 20,000 from the challengers. Opening bid of 20,000, 30. Okay. 300,000 from the Panthers. 300,000 from the Panthers. 325 from the Bulls. 325 from the Bulls. 325,000. 1. 350 from the Panthers. 375 from the Strikers. 400,000. 800,000 from the Strikers. 800,000 from the Strikers. 800,000 from 825 from the 1440. $14,50,000 from the strikers for Tanya Adalja. $1450 for Tanya Adalja. Just asking the Bulls whether you. One, two, and three. Congratulations. Give them a round of applause, guys. 14,50,000. A whooping amount to Tanya Adalja. To the strikers. Aarti Jain, 20,000 base prize, and I have a warrior bid of 20, 30 from the Bulls, 40 from the Warriors, 50 from the Bulls, 60 from the Panthers, 70 from the Bulls, 70,000 from the Bulls, 70,000, 80 from the Panthers, 80,000 from the Panthers, 80,000, 80,000, 90,000 from the Bulls, 100,000 from the Panthers, 100,000 from the Panthers, 100,000, 100,000, 110,000, 110,000 from the Bulls, 110,000 from the Bulls, 110,000 from the Bulls, 120 from the Panthers, 120 from the Panthers, 120 from the Panthers, 120,000 from the Panthers, 120,000, 130 from the Bulls, 130,000 from the Bulls, 130,000, 130,000, 2, and 100 and with the Bulls, I am with the Bulls, 130,000, 140,000 with the Panthers, 140 with the Panthers, 140 with the Panthers, 150 with the Bulls, 150 with the Bulls now, 150, 160 from the Panthers, 160 from the Panthers, 160 from the Panthers, 160 from the Panthers, 160, 170 from the Bulls, 170 from the Bulls, 170,000, 180 from the Panthers, 180,000 from the Panthers, 180,000. The current bid for Aarti Jain, 190 with the Bulls, 190 with the Bulls, 190,000 with the Bulls, 200,000 from the Panthers, 200,000 from the Panthers, 200,000 from the Panthers, 200,000, 2, and 200,000, 3. Sold to the Panthers. Congratulations for Aarti Jain. Will be a Panther this year. Shavi Thavrani. Shavi or Shavi? I mean, how you pronounce it? Huh? Shavi hai? Shavi Thavrani. 20,000 base points. Bulls with 20. 30 from the Challengers. 40 from the Warriors. 50 from Bulls. 60 from the Panthers. 70 from the Warriors. 80 from the Bulls. 250,000 from the Panthers. 275 from the Bulls. 275,000. 450,000 from the Knights. 475 with the Bulls. 475 with the Bulls. 500 from the Knights. 500s from the Knights. 500,000, 525 from the Bulls. 550 from the Knights. 550 from the Knights. 550,000, 575 from the Bulls. 600,000 from the Knights. 600,000 from the Knights, yeah. 625 from the Bulls. 625 from the Bulls. 625,001. 650 from the Knights. 650 from the Knights. 650,001. 675,000 from the Bulls. 675,000 from the Bulls. 675,001. 675,000. 700 from the Knights. 700,000 from the Knights. 700,000 from the Knights. 725 from the Bulls. 725 from the Bulls. 725 from the Bulls, yeah. 725,001. 750,000 from the Knights. 750,000 from the Knights. 750,000 from the Knights. 775,000 from the Bulls. 775,000 from the Bulls. 775,001. 775,002. 800,000 the Knights. 800,000 the Knights. 825 come the Bulls. 825 come the Bulls in 825,000. 850 come the Knights. 850 come the Knights. 850,000 come the Knights. 875 come the Bulls. 875 the Bulls. 875,001. 900 come the Knights. 900,000 come the Knights. 925 comes the Bulls. And 925 come the Bulls. 950 come the Knights. 950,000 with the Knights. 950,000. 975 the Bulls. 975 with the Bulls. 975 1. 975 2. 10 lakhs. 10 lakhs. 10 lakhs 25,000. 10 lakhs 25,000 with the Bulls. 1025 with the Bulls. And I have 1050 from the Knights. 1050 from the Knights. 1050 from the Knights. 1075 from the Bulls. 1075 from the Bulls. 1075. 11. 1125 Bulls. Sorry. 1150 the Knights. 1175 Bulls. 1250 the Knights. 1250 the Knights. 1275 the Bulls. 1275 the Bulls. 14 lakhs 25. 1425 the Knights. 1425. 14 lakhs 25,000 with the Knights. 14 lakhs 25,000 with the Knights. 1425 with the Knights. 14 lakhs 25 with the Knights. 1. 14 lakhs 25,000 2. And 14 lakhs, check, 25,000 sold to the Knights. I waited every bit. I tried to. I'm just telling you. Back to the bidding. Hetvi Mevada. The base price of 20,000, ladies and gentlemen. Hetvi Mevada. The base price of 20,000. Anyone interested? Along with the strikers, I have 20,000 base price bid. Strikers have come up with 20,000. Anyone interested in cross bidding? 20,000 from the strikers. You raised it, right? Sorry, Shaktiman. No, there's no bid of yet. There's no bidder at all. No one interested? No one? Anyone? Unsold. Adya Agarwal. Adya Agarwal, 20,000 base points. Anyone starting the bid? 20,000 is what I'm looking at. 20,000 is what I'm looking at for Adya Agarwal to start the bid. 20,000, ladies and gentlemen, 20,000 only. I have a warrior bid of 20,000. 20,000 from the Warriors. 20,000 from the Warriors. 1, 20,000, 2, and 20,000, 3 to the Warriors. Monica Bohra. Monica Bohra, 20,000 base points. 20,000 from the Bulls. 20,000 is a bid from the Bulls. 20,000. 20,000, 30,000 from the Panthers, 30,000 from the Panthers, yeah? 30,000, 40 from the Warriors, 50 from the Bulls, 60 from the Panthers, 70 from the Warriors, 80 from the Panthers, 90 from the Warriors, 500,000 from the Bulls. 500,000 from the Bulls. Anyone? 500,000. 1, 500,000, 2, 525 from the Warriors, 525 from the Warriors, 525 from the Warriors, 525 from the Warriors, 1, 550, 550 from the Bulls, 550 from the Bulls, 550,000 from the Bulls. 550,000, 1. 550,000, 2. And 550,000, 3. Sold to the Bulls. Monica Bohra. RTM used by the challengers. 7,75,000. So he cannot say, no, logically 775 if he is using Azim. 750? No. सर इनका मैक्सिमम बिड देखा जाएगा ना, ये आरटीएम कर रहे हैं ना. $7,75,000. $7,75,000 with the Bulls. So I'm okay, sir. I'm okay with everything. 7,75,000. Krishna Patel with 20,000. Ladies and gentlemen, Krishna Patel with 20,000 base points. Krishna Patel, 20,000 base points. Anyone interested in bidding for Krishna Patel, 20,000 base points? 20,000? Yeah. 20,000? No. No one interested. Player is going to be unsold. Bubbly Singh. Bubbly Singh. 20,000 from the challengers. 20,000 from the challengers here. 20,000 opening bid by the challengers. 20,000. 1. 20,000 2. And 20,000 3. Sold to the challengers. Bubbly Singh. Check. Shruti Shah. Shruti Shah with 20,000 from the Panthers. 40,000 from the Knights. 50 from the Bulls. 60 from the Warriors. 60,000 from the Warriors. This is what I stand at. 60,000 from the Warriors. 60,000. So Knights and the Strikers cannot bid anymore. 60,000 from the Warriors. Bulls with 70. Bulls with 70. 80 from the Warriors. 80,000 from the Warriors. 80,000 from the Warriors. 80,000 towards Shruti Shah. 80,000. 1. 90,000 from the Panthers. 100 from the Bulls. 110 from the Warriors. 110 from the Warriors. 110 from the Warriors. 110,000 from the Warriors. 110,000 from the Warriors. 120 from the Bulls. 120 from the Bulls. 120,000. 130,000 from the Warriors. 130,000 from the Warriors. 130,000 from the Warriors. 140,000 from the Bulls. 140,000 from the Bulls. 140,000 from the Bulls. 150,000 from the Warriors. 150,000 from the Warriors. 150,000 from the Warriors. 150,000. 2. And 160 from the Challengers. 170 from the Bulls. 180 from the Panthers. 180 from the Panthers. 190 from the Bulls. 190, 200 from the Warriors. 200,000 from the Warriors. 225 from the Panthers. 225,000 from the Panthers. 225,000. 1. 225,000. 2. And 250,000 come the Warriors. 250,000. 250,000. 1. 250,000. 2. And with the Warriors, it's 250,000. 250,000 sold to the Warriors. Krutika Galvankar. Krutika Galvankar. 20,000 base points from the Panthers. 20,000 base points. Panthers. 20,000. Anyone? Cross bidding. 20,000 1. 20,000 2. And 20,000 3. Sold to the Panthers. Panthers. For Nidhi Bimraj ka, I have a striker bid of 20,000. 20,000. Anyone interested in cross bidding? Yes, no. 20,000 from the strikers. 1. 20,000. 2. And 20,000. 3. Sold to the strikers. And with that, I think the strikers are done with their squad. Congratulations, strikers, for completing your squad way before time, ahead of everyone. Tanvi Dwivedi. Tanvi Dwivedi with 20,000 base points. Tanvi Dwivedi. 20,000 base points. Tanvi. Bulls with 20. Bulls with 20,000. Bulls with 20,000. Anyone interested in cross bidding? Bulls with 20,000. 1. 30 from challengers. 30,000 from the challengers. 30,000. 30,000. 40 from the Bulls. 40 from the 500,000 from Bulls. 500,000 from the Bulls. 500,000 from the Bulls. 525 from the challengers. 525 from the challengers. 550 from the Bulls. 550 from the Bulls. 575 from the challengers. 600 from the Bulls. 625 from the challengers. 650 from the Bulls. 675 from the challengers. 700 from the Bulls. 725 from the challengers. 750 from the Bulls. Congratulations on 750 to the Bulls. Sold. Can you just wait for a minute, Manish? Amruta Biani. Amruta Biani with 20,000 base points. Anyone interested in Amruta Biani? Amruta Biani, Bulls with 20. Bulls with 20,000. 30 from the challengers. 30,000 from the challengers. 30,000 from the challengers. 30,001. 30,002. And 30,003. Sold to the challengers for 30,000. Amruta Biani. I'll just check. I'll just tell you how many are left. કેટલો 425 425 Warriors 425 I'm just asking you the amount, Shankar bhai. 425,000? $20,000 the base price from 30 from the Bulls, 40 from the Panthers, 40,000 from the Panthers, 50 from the Bulls, 50 from the Bulls, 50,000, 60 from the challengers, 60,000 from the challengers, 60,000 from the challengers, 70,000 from the Bulls, 70,000 from the Bulls, 70,001, 80,000 from the challengers, 80,000 from the challengers, 90,000 from the Bulls, 90,000 from the Bulls, 100,000 from the challengers, 100,000 from the challengers, 100,000, 110,000 from the Bulls, 110,000 from the Bulls, 120 from the challengers, 120 from the challengers, 130 from the Bulls, 130 from the Bulls, 140 from the challengers, 140 from the challengers, 140 from the challengers, 140,000 2 and 140,000 3 sold to the challengers. RTM? RTM, right? RTM from the Warriors. $200,000. Using the RTM, Warriors accept the offer. 200,000 for Hiral Nanda. Will play for the Warriors. Congratulations. So, are you done with the squad? You done with the squad, right? 14. These are the unsold players, I'll tell you. 4, 8, 10, and 14. 14 in all. Now I'll just pull it up. Player on board. Excuse me. Right. Neetu Agarwal with 20,000 base points. Neetu Agarwal with 20,000 base points. Do I wait? Bulls with 20,000. Bulls with 20,000 points. Bulls with 20. Anyone wants to cross bid amongst 4? Yes, no? 1, 20,000, 2, and 20,000, 3. Sold to the Bulls, 20,000, Neetu Agarwal. Rekha Mundra with 20,000 base points. Rekha Mundra with 20,000 base points. Rekha Mundra. Anyone going for Rekha Mundra with 20,000 base points? Yes, no? Yes, challengers with 20. Challengers with 20. 30 from the Knights. 40 from the Knights. 50 from the challengers. 50,000 from the challengers. 50,000 from the challengers. 1. 50,000. 2. And 50,000. 3. Sold to the challengers. Shruti Khemani, 20,000 base points. Shruti Khemani, 20,000 base points. Shruti Khemani, last call. Yes, I have a Panther bid of 20,000. Anyone wants to cross bid at 20,000 Panthers, 30,000 from the challengers. 30,000 from the challengers. 30,000 from the challengers. 1. 30,000, 2. And 40,000 from the Panthers. 40 from the Panthers, 50 from the challengers. 50 from the challengers. 50,000 is the bid. 50,000 for Shruti Khemani from the challengers with 1. 50,000, 2, and 60,000 from the Panthers. 60,000 from the Panthers. 60,000 from the Panthers. 70 from the challengers. 70,000 from the challengers. 70,000 from the challengers. 1. 70,000. 2, and 80,000 from the Panthers. 80,000 from the Panthers. 90,000 from the challengers. 90,000 from the challengers. 90,000 from the challengers, and 100,000 from the Panthers. 100,000 from the Panthers. 100,000 from the Panthers. 110,000 from the challengers. 110,000 from the challengers. 110,000. 150,000. 150,000 from the Panthers. 150,000 from the Panthers. 160 from the challengers. 160 from the challengers. 160,000. 160,000. 2, and 170 from the Panthers. 170 from the Panthers. 180 from the challengers. 180 from the challenges. 180,001, 180,002, and 180,003 sold to the challengers. Congratulations. Hetal Panchal. Knights. Hetal Panchal. 20,000. Hetal Panchal, 20,000 from the Knights. Anyone? Cross bidding? 20,000. 30 from the challengers. 30 from the challengers. 30 from the challengers. 30,000. 1. 30,000. 2. And 30,000. 3 sold to the challengers. Meena Bhandari. Meena Bhandari with 20,000 base points. Anyone interested in bidding for Meena Bhandari with Panthers? I have a 20,000 bidder. Bidder with 20,000 base points is Panther for the time being. 20,000 with the Panthers. Anyone interested in cross bidding? 20,000. 1, 20,000, 2, and 20,000, 3. Meena Bhandari will play for the Panthers. Thank you. Congratulations. Seema Gupta. Seema Gupta. 20,000. The base price bid. Start bidding now. 20,000 base price. 20,000 base price. 20,000 the base price. No one interested. Player will remain unsold. Nivedita Shiv. Nivedita Shiv with 20,000 base points. Nivedita Shiv, I have a night bid for 20 nights. 40,000. 50 from the Bulls. 50 from the Bulls. 50,000. 50,000. 50,000 from the Bulls. 1, 50,000 from the Bulls, 2, and 50,000, 3 to the Bulls sold. Kavita Purohit. Kavita Purohit with 20,000 base points. 20,000, 40,000 from the Knights. 40,000 from the Knights. Anyone interested in cross bidding? 40,000 from the Knights. 1, 40,000, 2, and 50 from the Bulls. 50,000 from the Bulls. 50,000, 60 from the Panthers. 60 from the Panthers. 60 from the Panthers, 70 from Bulls, 80 from Challengers. 80 from Challengers. 90 from the Panthers, 100 from the Bulls, 110 from the Panthers, 110,000 from the Panthers, 110,000 from the Panthers, 20,000 from the Bulls, 120 from the Bulls, 130 from the Panthers, 130, 140 from the Challengers, 140, 150 from the Bulls, 160 from the Panthers, 160 from the Panthers, 160, 170 from the Challengers, 170 from the Challengers, 180 from the Panthers, 180 from the Panthers, 180, 190 from the Challengers, 200 from the Bulls, 225 from the Panthers, 225 from the Panthers, 250 from the Challengers, 275 from the Panthers, 275 from the Panthers, 275, 300 lakhs, 300,000, excuse me, 300,000 from the Challengers 325 from the Panthers, 325 from the Panthers, 350 from the Challengers, 350, 375 the Panthers, 375 the Panthers, 375, 400 come the Challengers, 425 still in Panthers, 425, 450 come the Challengers, 450 come the Challengers. Now I do not have to ask anyone. 450 awarded the player to the Challengers. Congratulations, 450,000. Megha Damani, 40,000 from the Knights, 40,000 from the Knights, 50 from the Bulls, 50 from the Bulls, 60 from the Panthers, 60,000 from the Panthers, 60,000 one, 60,000 two, 60,000 three, sold to the Panthers. Prerna Gaurisaria, Bulls with 20. Bulls with 20. Bulls with 20,000. Bulls with 20,000. 40,000. 130,000. 130,000 from the Bulls, and I think no one can chase you. So congratulations on Prerna Gaurisaria's coming to your team. Now next player is Girija Purohit. Girija Purohit. 40,000 from the Knights. 40,000 from the Knights. 40,000 from the Knights. Challengers come with 50. 50 from the Challengers. 50 from the Challengers. 60 from the Bulls. 60,000 from the Bulls. 70 from the Challengers. 70 from the Challengers. 80 from the Bulls. 80,000 one, 80,000 two, and 80,000 three sold to the Bulls. Paridhi the money. 40,000 from the Knights. 40,000 planning to acquire, sir. Paridhi. Paridhi. You're done with the team. Congrats. Both the teams are done. Awarded to the Knights at 40,000. Congratulations. Hetvi Mivada. 20,000 from the Challengers. 20,000 from the Challengers. How can you? You'll have to give it to him. At 20 only. To Challengers. Right on my part, right? 20,000 to the Challengers. Congratulations. Let your team be complete and pull out the list and show them. The Knights will select a player at 20,000 from amongst the players who are left. How many players left? Unsold? 2? Yes, 20,000. Krishna Patel will be a knight in the shiny armor playing for the Knights team at the Esquire Premier League 6 point. Sorry. Sorry? Yeah, Seema Gupta will technically go to the Panthers.
तो गई Knights में. Seema Gupta will go to Panthers. At
375,000. And Seema Gupta will be a part of the Panthers this year.
Hello.
With this, we conclude the auction for the women's section.
just a minute. एक मिनट नहीं है So we end the auction. We are going to do the turf booking as the same we did last year. But from 1st of February, I will just show the sheet out here so that everybody can have a look. And then we have chits out here. So they can just pick the chit, तो उस हिसाब से वो numbers आ जाएंगे. Can I have a bowl? Yeah, a bowl or something. लगाना वो sheet.
Always put in the trophy as well.
The lunch is served. Just give me 2 minutes. The sheet is coming up. Then you all can head for lunch. Just give me 2 minutes. You need to ask them. If everybody is okay, Chiku wants to pick the chits for everybody. Both of them? Warriors? Knights? Challengers? They want to pick the chits for the schedule. Just a minute, huh? So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6. The pink ones are for the female, similar to last time. है ना? I will share the sheet later on once we have the numbers. I have booked it from, we are going to book it from 1st of Feb. उसके पहले जिसको करना है, but I would request 1st of Feb के पहले मतलब बाद में मत करना कोई. लो, first is Bulls. B नहीं, हाँ B. Pick. Number 6. Hey, कोई अपूर्व, can you just write Bulls number 6? छोड़ दे नीचे, मेहमान. Challengers. Number 5, challengers. Knights. Huh? Number 3, Knights. After that, Panthers, right? Panthers, strikers, Warriors. 4, number 4, Panthers. हाँ, बाद में मैं करूँगा. Last आएगा आपका. Last. Number 1 is strikers. And number 2 is warriors. Number 2 is warriors. उसका नाम चेंज होके आपको आ जाएगा. Okay? ये उठा के रख दो ना वापस इसमें, please. Now we can head for lunch. Thank you for the auction, guys. We are trying as soon as possible.
EPL is finally here! Lights on, beat drop, सबका जोश non-stop. प्यार का त्योहार